I did question that if it was real or not, you know, until it happened, and then I found out, yeah, it's a real deal. I was a city employee. I got hired in back in 1985, December of 1985. Hired in at line maintenance, promoted up in different departments, winded up, you know, staying in utilities. That was my favorite department. Until I contracted this disease, I was a field operations supervisor. And like I said, last September is when I ended up catching COVID, and that's what started the downfall that put me down. I'd heard so many stories about how people just had a bad cough, like it was sort of like a flu-like symptom and stuff like that. So at first I wasn't really scared. But after I found out that I tested positive, I was at home, and the third day after the test that I tested positive is when I had a real bad case of I couldn't get air. I woke up that morning gasping for air. To be honest, I thought I was having a heart attack, and I was going to drive myself to the emergency room, me and my wife, and I couldn't even make it. I couldn't even make it out to the car because I was so short of breath, and then they had to call 911 and ambulance come and get me. I was in the hospital for a total of 72 days. I was on a ventilator for 49 days. I was in a medically induced coma. I can't say because I don't know what I was going through because I was out. But I do know what it can do to your family members, how it affects them. And I think a lot of people need to understand that, because while you have the disease and you're in the hospital, you're being treated, you know. But your family, they're the ones who's really the one that's going through the suffering, because it's a never-end question of, is he going to pull through? Is he not going to pull through? Is he not going to make it? Is he going to make it? You know, there were several occasions that the hospital contacted my family and told them I wasn't coming home. It's a disease that really, it don't just affect the person that gets it. I think really the family members, your friends, your co-workers, everyone else is the one who really does the suffering, because you're in the hospital being treated and being taken care of. So you're really not, you know, understanding or comprehensive of what's actually going on. You know, a lot of people don't understand how it affects people, but it totally changed the course of my career and my lifestyle. My goal was, I had goals set that I was going to spend 40 years in the city, get my 40 years in, because that way I would have been at age at retirement for Social Security and everything else. It wasn't the disease itself that did it. It's what a lot of people don't understand. It's the after effect of the disease. It's after you get out of the hospital, after you go through everything, it's the way that affects your body that people don't understand. Since I've had the disease, you know, I've got foot drop in my right foot. I have numerous spinal, neck issues now. I have numbness in my legs still, that my energy level has plummeted. You know, I can't do probably half of the stuff that I used to do. I can't go out in the yard and run and play with the grandkids anymore. I can't go play softball anymore. Now I have lung problems. Now I'm having to see a lung specialist. I'm having to see a heart specialist. They've got me on different types of medications. I never took a medication one until I, you know, contracted this. Now I'm on, you know, 11 different types of medications a day that I have to take twice a day now. It affects you in so many adverse ways that I don't think people understand, that it changes your whole life. It really does. It changes your whole life. I mean, that's the best way to put it. It totally changes your life. I've been totally vaccinated. I've had both shots, and I recommend everybody to get it. You know, I know there's a lot of people that say that they don't believe in it, they don't want it. Well, you know, since we was little bitty kids going to school, we had to have immunization. You know, we've had measles shots, you know, mumps shots. We've had shots our whole life. So, you know, my deal is, I tell everybody, you know what, if you can get it, get it. If you're not going to do it for yourself, do it for your family, do it for your loved ones, do it for your friends, do it for your co-workers, do it for your people you hang out with, people that you run around with, because it's not a game. It's real. You know, like I said, I had a lot of questions till I got it, and it's nothing to play with. Step up and do it. What's 2 shots in the arm if it can save your life? or save a friend or family member's life. It's worth it.